everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the Mighty Morphin Mighty Minotaur and Deluxe Rita Repulsa from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. The Mighty Minotaur is a really cool head sculpt. I like how this looks. The eyes are really shiny and glossy, but so is the entire face. It almost looks pig-like in a way with those weird ears. Kind of like elf ears in a way. Very strange. The nose looks very good too. I just can't get over the shine of the face. Moving on though, the hair looks wonderful. Really nicely done. Not too much wash, if any, on there. Again, it's very shiny. The horns look really cool too. All curled and nicely done for that. It's a pretty good head sculpt. It does have nice articulation from left and right, up this far, down this far. Side to side is really good. It's on a double ball peg, and this is a loose piece, which is pretty nicely done for that. It's a good head sculpt, but not really that great. I really like the body sculpt. However, the paint leaves a lot to be desired. There are random splotches of silver over here, a large splotch of silver over here, and a few splotches over here on this gauntlet. It's actually pretty sharp, so be a bit careful with this. It's a nice piece, and it's really sculpted well. I just don't really get the paint application on this. The body really catches the shine, especially with my camera lights over here, and it's really cool how they did a more matte kind of fur with way shiny skin. It's very interesting and a really cool technique. I love how they did this whole thing. You get a like, nice fur on the shoulders over here going out, and how they spread the fur and sort of matched it out throughout the body and color blocked it is really well done. I love the color blocking on this figure. However, the actual color paints aren't really applied that well. There's nothing on the back either, but you get a lot of fur, and I think this looks better than the front. The arm can move up this far and down this far and all the way around with a nice butterfly joint working really well back, nicely forward as well. Swivel up here, double jointed elbow over here and down with a swivel at the wrist and then down and then up pretty okay. And on this side we get up and down really well. You can swivel this up here and it does break the sculpt, so be careful about that. You can go back this far, forward this far, crunch forward this far, go back all the way this far. Very nicely done for articulation, and this is kind of floaty over here, so move it as you will. We've already gone below the belt, so let's go to the legs. The legs is really nice. The skin tone is wonderful over here. Then we get to these nice fur, almost boots with hooves. Hooves are kind of rare in action figures. I love seeing them here. They're very nicely done. I love these. They're just great. Nice detail with the matte paint, and it looked really awesome. Yeah, there's probably a foot underneath there, seeing as this is a costume worn by an actor, but I gotta say it's really great. Articulation's pretty nice too. You get really far out and in and then up pretty nicely and back pretty far as well. All the way back with the knee. You have to really move that up there. Works pretty nice. Get a swivel up here. No swivel down here. There's a swivel way down at the ankle though, which is really wonderful. Love this kind of swivel. And then down this far, up this far pretty well, and then up and down over here as well. They are kind of loose at the joint, so be very careful with posing him as you will. And the tail is really nice too. It's pretty cute. It's a nice swivel. Wag the dog over here. Very nicely done for this figure. As far as accessories goes, he comes with a fist and a grabbing hand that's really creepy, a lot of cool claws, as well as this lightning effect that can go between his horns. It looks nice this way, but I prefer it the other way. With this configuration, it looks like it's going through his head more, and I think it looks pretty cool as well. It doesn't really go over his face. It keeps his face free from any electricity. You also get some gripping hands that also double as trigger finger hands. They can go side to side instead of up and down. They work out really well and are pretty nice for what's coming up next. The Mighty Minotaur comes with some really cool weapons. A Minotaur themed basically shield that fits really nicely into this hand. Works out really well. Has a much better paint scheme. Looks really weathered, and I love this kind of thing. The horns look like his horns, so that's pretty neat. And the spike club, which I feel like could be a little bit bigger, at least on the handle. It's really small and not really that threatening looking. I'd rather be hit by this than this if I had to go. But yeah, it looks nice with some wood grain pattern and has a painted handle. I just hope it doesn't die over the course of a long while. But yeah, he looks really great in this pose, and I'm going to probably keep him that way. The Mighty Minotaur also comes with this mini Minotaur. It looks really nice. It's a little clay figurine that Finster uses to turn into the Mighty Minotaur. So from mini to mighty, I guess. And when all kitted out, the Mighty and Mini Minotaurs are ready for battle. Here's the Mighty Morphin Mighty Minotaur next to Mighty Morphin Blue, Finster, and Rita Repulsa. This Minotaur looks mighty imposing, standing at about 7¼ inches tall and around 7¾ inches tall to the top of his horns, looking really well in scale with everyone, including Rita, who we're going to see a better version of right after this. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. The head sculpt, or at least face sculpt, for Rita Repulsa is vastly improved from the previous figure that we've seen. This is wonderful. The face sculpt is really great. Machika Soga or Carla Perez, I'm not sure which they're going for. It's just really nicely done for this head sculpt, this face. The print is really well on for this and really great. I love how well it looks too. This little bangle thing here is nice. The little etchings, lightning bolts, whatever this is great. That little gem is good. And the metallic wrapping around her hair or head, I'm not sure what this is just so good. It is an excellent head sculpt with some really nice articulation, going left and right, up and down, side to side pivot. It's also kind of creepy in this static headshot. The body sculpt is mostly hidden by this skirt piece. It's really nicely embroidered with the gold and wonderful. It's in a kind of like sort of chalky kind of brown. Very nice. The gold rings over here on the fingers are great. The gold over here is wonderful. It just looks really nicely done for this. And that Madonna chest plate is really funny. I think it's really good. Almost Egyptian, kind of Anubis in a way. A little bit of sun god in here, earth god in here, bird god. Very weird kind of things used to make this body sculpt work, and all the pieces that come together just look fantastic for this. For some quick articulation, the arm can go up this far and down. You do get a single jointed elbow that goes up this far. Not really that great. Just a regular old Lightning Collection body part up there with some swivel and then hinge on this at least. It doesn't really want to move as well as it probably should. You do get a lot of butterfly joint though, going great over here. Some chest crunch down here, going down really far and back really nicely with the legs too. They're pretty good as well. Underneath the skirt, there's a lot of articulation in here, especially drop down hips that are new to the line and working out pretty well, and up swivel at the boot as well as a double jointed knee, but you don't really use that with Rita that much. You get down and up and pivot. Two pegos upon the feet for this figure, and it's pretty nice articulation, but not as really great as I would have hoped. She comes with two holding hands in this faceplate. They work out pretty well. Swivel. The hinge is iffy, but you don't really need to hinge them that much. They're just okay and have kind of fragile pegs, so be very careful. Her staff looks really awesome. I love how this is done. The blue really ties into this headdress piece as well as the gold and the red, and it's just so nicely done. It's a great piece. She can dual wield it. Yeah, it's just really cool. The gradient's nice too on the bottom as well. It's a super nice piece. They got a really good glow up. It also comes with a brand new lightning piece that's vastly different from the old one. I prefer the old one because it wrapped really well around this. Give it a nice point. Now we have 2 points. I'm just not a big fan of this lightning piece. I don't know. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. She also comes with this sort of scared, all is lost kind of face that fits out really well on the head. It looks very nice from all angles. These hands look really great too. Kind of in that despair pose. You can swivel them and then hinge them pretty well, but they're kind of gummy, so just be careful with these. And finally, she comes with this face of triumph. I really love how this looks, and I'm probably going to keep this on the shelf. Very nicely done. This fist over here looks really great, as well as this pointing hand that can also hold the staff is wonderful. Go, Rita, go. And even though I'm not a big fan of this lightning effect, I do think it can be used really well in this configuration, kind of like Force Lightning or something if she was like the Emperor, and honestly, she looks the part. And as far as taking off face sculpts, you can just remove it with a fingernail, just pull it off like that, and you're good, and she's dead. Oh, yeah, she is. And here is the previous Rita Repulsa next to the new Rita Repulsa. I picked the face that I thought they were going for on the old one, but I guess it's more of a grimace of anger than a grimace of pain. I really think this new one is way, way better than the old one. You don't need the old one, get the new one. It is so much better, aside from that lightning effect, but I think this is just a wonderful, basically perfect Rita Repulsa. We'll never need another one, we're fine. And here she is also next to Lord Zed, who, yeah, the honeymoon phase is over. Let's get back to kicking some Power Ranger butt. Rita Repulsa stands at about 6 inches tall or so, maybe 6.5 up to the top of her hair. Horns? I'm not sure, but anyway, she looks perfect. Overall, make my monster grow. The Mighty Morphin Mighty Minotaur is a great figure, not only for Power Rangers fans, but for fantasy fans alike. I really love how this figure is composed. However, there are a lot of paint issues with the figure. I feel like if they stepped up and went above and beyond with that silver paint, this could have been fantastic. That being said, I do like the blending of skin and fur for this figure. The color blocking is really nice, and the articulation is super solid for this character. He's definitely going to go either in my Power Rangers collection or in my burgeoning Castlevania Fantasy Monster collection. The Deluxe 30th Anniversary Rita Repulsa is amazing and basically perfect. She got a huge glow up from the previous figure, and I love this one so much. Every little detail about her is perfectly done. The staff is really nice, the head sculpt is fantastic, the body sculpt is really nice too, the skirt is wonderful, and that headdress slash Madonna chest is amazing. However, I do find that it's really scary to switch out the pins, but also really fun to switch out the heads. I'm not a big fan of the lightning effect, even though you can use it for some kind of force lightning thing. I think they should have picked the previous one and left this one to not really be used. There's also a lot of issues with articulation as far as there should be double jointed elbows, and I just find that it's hard to move some joints here and there, especially the hands. If you're a fan of Power Rangers Lightning Collection, you probably already have these figures, but if not, I would get them both. They're both amazing. But make no mistake, the worst part about these 30th anniversary figures is the $30 price point. So which one is your favorite? The Mighty Morphin Mighty Minotaur or Deluxe Rita Repulsa? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.